Hi, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 2023 Mercury Retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out tremendously because it lets the YouTube algorithm know that you guys like this channel. So, thank you all so much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have two here. We have the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Okay, we need to be mindful that somewhere isn't celebrating us. And it doesn't mean like they should be like raising us up on their shoulders type of thing, but it's like not being acknowledged for a job well done. So just be aware of this here with the Six of Wands. There's a sense where it's like I'm not being celebrated. It's almost like I'm not being respected more than I'm not being celebrated. But it's like you're doing hard work and they're not seeing it or they're not acknowledging it. Be aware of that. With the Two of Pentacles, you're juggling a lot and you don't want to anymore. Be aware of that. Emotionally, there's something that's like that you have to pay attention to, but you're so busy juggling, and it's making you irritated that it's like, what the heck is this? So it's because you're not being celebrated that you're getting irritated and your emotions are really starting to rile up. Be aware of that. And again, celebrated sounds cocky, it sounds wrong, but it's like being acknowledged, being recognized, being respected. That's what it is. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, this one right here. Here we have Joyous. I love this. I was at a coffee shop, bookstore place in Maine one time, and this little girl's name was Joyous, and she was the happiest, most beautiful little girl. And I always think of that whenever I hear the word joyous now, that it could be a name and it could just exude from a person. So here, be joyous. Be that happy, beautiful child that, just exuded joyousness. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. I like that. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Something's out of balance. This Mercury retrograde never helps anything really go back into balance, but you're going to see, like, after this time, the die is cast. After this time, you're going to see a change moving you forward that is really needed and it's really good. It's like, wow, okay, this really works for me. But just know that during this time, it can be a little bit tricky. So, Mercury retrograde comes into its entirety on the 21st of April, and it lasts in its entirety to the 14th of May. Now, why I say in its entirety is because we have the shadow period that began on the 7th of April, and we have the post shadow period that lasts until the 31st of May. So be aware of this during this time. All right. This is in Taurus. What that means is that we have the mercurial aspect of Mercury, right? The unpredictable aspect of Mercury. And we have the predictable aspect of Taurus coming together. It's not as crazy a Mercury retrograde as it could be, but it also has this bit of like push and pull with itself. So be aware of that. What a Mercury retrograde is when Mercury moves slower than the Earth around the sun. So to us, it feels like it's moving backwards. So this affects what Mercury rules on Earth, which is news, information, travel, technology, communication. It makes us feel very frustrated. We can feel like we're talking, and we do. We feel like we're talking. Nobody's listening. So be aware of that. This retrograde, again, is in Taurus. So wherever Taurus is in your natal chart, this is where that Mercury retrograde is really going to kind of focus. So be aware of that. The aspects of Taurus are also going to be where this Mercury retrograde focuses. Taurus is ruled by Venus. This means that our sensuality, what we love and desire, can be chaotic during this time. And sensuality, love, and desire doesn't just mean romantically, it means in the world in general. So be aware of this, understand this. And when I'm talking about this, I know people are going to say, oh, she's doing a Taurus reading. No, 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 no. It's still a Pisces reading, but it's with a strong Taurus element in it. Now, Taurus element, this Taurus energy is also profoundly good at manifestation, profoundly good at physical manifestation. Okay. And that's going to be where things get tricky. We are also in our head way too much, worry, doubt, and fear. We might not be getting good night's sleeps. We feel chaotic. We feel overwhelmed. Be aware of this. This time can also very much be focused around finances, comfort, and luxury. Okay. So those aspects of our comfort, our luxury, our finances feel a little bit more chaotic during this time. But we are astoundingly practical with this energy, even tempered, all right, which balances out Mercury's craziness. But we can be beyond the realms of stubborn. So stubborn we don't see like the nose in front of our face type of thing. Be aware of that. Don't be so stubborn, so proud, so ego driven, I guess, where it's like, I'm not going to see what I need to see. I'm not going to embrace who I am or what I need right now. The Five of Wands is reversed. You are so done with the nonsense. I mean, especially if there's nonsense at work or just like people's bickering, gossip, chaos. You could feel this around information, like around news and technology and everything. It's like it's all just gossip and chaos. What the heck is going on here? And that's what you could feel like right now. So be aware of this, and especially with people, gossip and chaos. You're not going to be into this during this time. You're letting it go. It's going to be so liberating and beautiful for you. With the Nine of Swords, you're in your own head a lot. Worry, doubt, fear, chaos, hurt, pain, disappointment. It's like the last thing you think about before you go to sleep. So it winds up being the things we dream about. Fill your thoughts with positive things. It sounds so corny and cliche. It really does. But fill your thoughts with positive thoughts. Fill your mind with positive thoughts before you go to sleep. Set up your dreams. Set up your dreams to be positive and beautiful and powerful that way. It moves us then, and get out of your own head. You're worried? It's okay to be worried. Maybe even writing down your worries, addressing them, looking at them and saying, this is what I'm worried about. It can be freeing. You're just even telling it to a piece of paper, but it can be freeing for you. With the Four of Cups, divinity's tapping you on the shoulder rather harshly, okay? And we're like, no, I'm good right here. I'm looking at this right now. I'm busy with a problem. It's like, no, you have to look at this. It's kind of like the house is on fire, right? And we're looking at a match burning in our hand and we're not seeing the fire around us. It's like, no, I'm busy concentrating on this. We're looking at a candle and there's a fire blazing around us. Be aware. Spirit's going to be like, hey, look at this over here. Look at this thing right now. It's important. It's powerful. It's intense. Pay attention. And it's going to kick us out of our comfort zone. It's also going to kick us out of where we're comfortable in, I don't mean to sound rude, but like comfortably complaining. And it's like, no, look at this here. And it's going to feel like added work. It's going to feel like, oh my gosh, one more thing that I have to do. But it's going to open up so much more because it's going to show us what we need to pay attention to. The Two of Swords, there's a path that we're taking. And we've always seen things as like A or B. I can go this way. I can go that way. I can do this. I can do that. Perfect. Great. Got it. Spirit's like, well, what about this? And we're going to start seeing in our head, like, what about this? A door is going to be opened for us, to us, with us. And it's like, oh, why not? Like, why not try it this way? Why not look at it this way? Why not embrace it like this? And that's going to be a very powerful thing. It's like, oh, but I always thought I was supposed to do that or that. And Spirit's like, no, you didn't know. It's kind of like when my mom was younger. And she said you could be a teacher or you could be a nurse. And she wound up going into finance. She goes, but nobody told me you could go into finance. Like she had to discover it all on her own. And it was so out of the realm of everybody's like imagining. Here, it's out of the realm of the imagining until somebody suggests it, until this door is open. And then it's like, oh, but somebody's going to say something and it's going to start you down a path where you're like, oh, I didn't know this. Like, I didn't think of this. You're out of balance. You're out of balance. You have to know that you're trying to juggle too much. You're trying to keep everybody else or everything else in balance. You're out of balance. It's it's overwhelming for you at times, but it's good to know. It's going to be good. Like it's like when you realize this, when you realize you're out of balance, it's like, oh, okay, that's what was wrong. That's what was happening. And then you can start getting yourself back in balance. But right now you feel like everything's just going topsy turvy. You had a plan, you had a way of doing it, and then everything goes topsy turvy. And it's like, huh, okay, not cool. Like, not what I wanted at all. You could also be having a bit of difficulty with Sagittarius energy during this time, but also with this big kind of like with the idea of greatness within ourselves. And it can be that you're trying to juggle everything and you're not celebrating you, which can also be the problem. But this sense of greatness. I mean, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is, another name for Zeus, right? Is the Roman name for Zeus. So here, it's like embrace your greatness. We're having a bit of difficulty seeing it. It's like I'm not great. I'm out in the cold. I'm overwhelmed. I'm not sleeping. I'm stressed. Take care of yourself. Take care of your sleep. I know if I don't sleep, I'm worthless. Here, take care of you. Take care of you. Our subconscious message to be mindful of is the Three of Swords reversed, and that's a beautiful card to have reversed. We need to be mindful that we're releasing so many wounds, pains, hurts, disappointments, angers, upsets. We're releasing so much. And there's a sense of, oh, I'm finally free. We're looking at the hurts and the pains, and it's like, you don't get to control me anymore. It's not that we're sitting here and naming them and discovering how not to let them control us. It's like, no, you don't get to rule me anymore. And we're releasing it. And it's freedom, but it can feel overwhelming because those wounds can feel raw until they start to heal. Our subconscious message from spirit is soulful. We need to be soulful. We need to have our soul be full. Our soul full of what we desire, love, need, want, and are looking for in our lives. Our subconscious tarot message is the Page of Wands. Be students of your passion. Be students of what you desire. Be students of your fire. I mean, this is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Be students of your fire, of what ignites you, what excites you, what drives you forward in this world. Subconsciously, we need to feed that spark within us. We just do. And we need to be curious about it, like a child. We also have a fire sign child in our lives. If we do, oh my gosh, that kid is going to be strong-willed like you can't believe. And they can show you something, but they can also show you something about the way a temper needs to be controlled and harnessed. Because a fire child can be just raging at times. But if they focus that fire, if they focus that temper and that determination, they can be unstoppable. You're going to be really embracing that. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Pisces, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all, and God bless. Bye.